In a recently released statement, the Russian military has confirmed that its forces have resumed attacks on Ukraine after a surprise Easter ceasefire. Ukrainian forces reported nearly 3,000 Russian ceasefire violations, with the heaviest shelling seen along the Pokrovsk section of the front line. Fighters of the 414th Brigade of Unmanned Systems, Magyar Birds, managed to bomb a bridge behind enemy lines, and then began destroying Russian invaders who had come to hide there. A video of the combat operation was posted on the brigade's channel. The first Russian tried to take cover with a folding plane, but a Ukrainian pilot flew in from behind and hit the Russian in an unexpected place, sending him flying. Then Ukrainian drones immediately destroyed several invaders hiding under the bridge. An attempt by a Russian infantry group to gain a foothold in the Kupiansk direction was a complete failure and ended in collective surrender. Fighters of the 2nd Operational Battalion of the 15th Brigade of the Karadag National Guard thwarted the enemy's plan and replenished the exchange fund, which is very important for Ukraine. The Kharkiv Operational Tactical Group reported on the success of the operation. As it became known, the enemy group tried to secretly take up positions in the Ukrainian unit's area of responsibility. However, the invaders' plans were uncovered in advance thanks to the effective work of aerial reconnaissance. Being under the watchful eye of the eyes from the sky and facing the threat of effective action by the Ukrainian infantry, the Russian soldiers made a rational choice. Instead of trying their luck in battle with the motivated Ukrainian guards, they made the right decision to surrender and stay alive. The Ukrainian Armed Forces Air Assault Force also said in a Facebook post that its soldiers had helped capture 9 Russian servicemen in Russia's Kursk region, where Ukrainian forces launched a surprise attack last year. 9 Russian servicemen were taken by paratroopers and allied units in Kursk. The prisoners were provided with timely medical and psychological assistance. The Airborne Assault Force wrote in a social media post, adding that the Russian soldiers had surrendered to the Ukrainian army. Fighters from the Flying Skull Battalion of the Unmanned Systems troops showed a group of Russian attack aircraft advancing towards Ukrainian positions on electric scooters. The video shows the 3 Russians driving at low speed because the poor quality of the road does not allow them to drive at high speed. When our drones arrived, one of the Russians fell off his scooter and tried to pull his machine gun from behind his back to open fire. But he did not have time and was shocked. Meanwhile, operators of the 1st Presidential Operational Brigade of the National Guard, Bureva, showed footage of the destruction of enemy drones, KABs, and mines. The video shows Ukrainian pilots destroying several enemy drones that fell on the field. A small field depot of enemy anti-tank mines was also hit. The Ukrainian pilot also destroyed an enemy KAB, which fell in the middle of a field and did not explode. After the Ukrainian drone was hit, it exploded. Russia shelled 5 Ukrainian regions in the hours after the promised Easter ceasefire, reviving a familiar pattern of failed ceasefire deals that have now overshadowed the latest round of talks this week. Volodymyr Zelensky dismissed Vladimir Putin's Easter ceasefire statement as a fake PR exercise and said Russian forces had resumed drone and artillery strikes on many parts of the front line on Sunday. He claimed Russia had violated its own ceasefire thousands of times. Also, Russia's defense ministry said Sunday that Ukrainian forces had shelled Russian positions 444 times and said it had counted more than 900 Ukrainian drone strikes and said there were civilian deaths and injuries.
Постріл!